We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged Show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
and growing
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on the show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time. We are currently at CoHarbor, our studio sponsor, right?
So beautiful.
Oh, what a wonderful place. We get such great feedback about them and what they're doing. What's so great about CoHarbor?
Yes. So the owner, Jeremiah Callahan's just phenomenal. His attention to detail from the sound, from the aesthetics, he even got me a little microphone holder for our live Instagrams, Frank. I mean, just the attention to detail to service the business owners here who work out of here is phenomenal.
And what you always feel welcomed here. You always feel a part of this community. It's the most welcoming place that I've ever engaged. And we have some amazing people that work out of here as well.
We do. And they actually have a greeting host, which is incredible during their peak hours.
What an idea, right?
Yes, but some of the people working out of here, you just want to be here just to say hi to them, like Chantel Bridges.
Ooh, and Melinda Joy Mingo.
Yes.
And our friend Tom
Carlson.
Yes, indeed. Wonderful people. And Lisa and I also engaged their facility in Denver called Coworking, which is a fantastic facility.
Gorgeous, yes. And we have to do a huge shout out for Alan Briggs.
Yes.
He is our right-hand man, especially in this podcast studio. Mm-hmm. He has given us great wisdom and insight on how to use all the bougie stuff that they have in here.
The bougie stuff. Yeah.
It is. It's high end.
It is. It's wonderful. We're so blessed to be able to be here at CoHarbor. And you need to come in and do a 14-day free trial of this facility. Lisa, tell them a little bit about some of the great things that CoHarbor offers.
Yes. Well, their membership starts at $25 on up, and that gets them 24/7 access to a beautiful, gorgeous space. And not only that, Frank, you know what they have?
What?
Amazing pour-over coffee, which all of my friends love, and I love the tea. They have hot tea, and they have iced coffee, and they have sparkling water, all the things. It's so beautiful here, so come and check them out.
Well, come on down and join us at Corporate and Tech Center Drive. Beautiful location over here. You can't miss us. We're sponsored by the great Joshua Geary with Crescio. And Joshua just won Hispanic Rising Professional of the Year. Yay! Yay! He's been with us so long, and he is really produces and helps us with this show.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Crescio.
Yes. So Crescio, they offer pay what you can consultations, and they specialize in not only just Chat GPT, but they will work with your business to help you get sustainable and then leave and leave you successful. Their goal is not to stay with you forever. Their goal is to keep you moving with excellence.
Indeed. And AI is the rage right now. Joshua is an expert in AI, and he and his team can help you navigate the sometimes scary road of AI and what's happening, and deliver work with you that you won't have to worry about all the myths about AI. They know how it works for you. And what I do love, Lisa, about Crescio is the pay what you can consultations to the underserved southeast sector of our city, reaching out and trying to help people.
Absolutely. So check them out at Crescio.com.
Indeed. We're sponsored by Brandon Kirk from Planet Duck.
Yes, he's the owner of Planet Duct, and he has the largest vacuums, strongest vacuums. And what is his slogan again, Frank?
Yeah, they're stronger than the vacuum of space. And Brandon and his family, and his 3 children are just incredible. I know them personally.
Me too.
We've had a great opportunity to know them. He's a great family man. 25 years, been married to, what is his wife's name? Gava.
And she's a beautiful artist, and yes, they have an amazing farm as well.
They do. And he loves Star Wars. So if you're into that scene, give Brandon a call. He loves Star Wars, all things Star Wars-y.
Yes, not only that, but he loves the Colorado Springs. His give back throughout all local businesses in town is amazing, and we sure do appreciate him in town. They do have the strongest vacuums in Colorado,
Indeed.
Which will help you get amazing air quality for your home.
Indeed. They find all kinds of stuff in our vent systems. They've done my house as well, and so many of my friends.
Yep.
They really are the cream of the crop when it comes to duct cleaning.
They are.
And one last thing, many of you didn't know this, but Brandon has mentored many small business people in this community.
Yes.
His give back to our community is exceptional. So make sure to look them up because they are
Stronger than the vacuum of space.
Yes, they are.
We are sponsored by the lovely, incredible Karen Butcher with Westco Insurance.
Yes, Karen is an amazing insurance agent doing home, casualty, all these different types of insurance. And here's the deal. She has some of the same customers that she had when she started 24 years ago. They're still engaging her this many years later, which means she has to have some incredible customer service and some attentive skills. Right?
To include me.
And me.
She's helped me a lot over the years.
She's incredible.
So we really appreciate Karen Butcher and all the wisdom and savviness that she has in the insurance industry. So check her out, Karen Butcher, Westco Insurance.
Please. Yeah, welcome to the Be Encouraged show with Frank.
And Lisa.
We're so glad that you join us on Mondays and align with us in our goal of infusing hope and encouragement throughout the world.
That's right. We are now offering 2 free guests on our show every single Monday from 11 to 12 or 12 to 1 Mountain Standard Time. But we also have an amazing new venture that we've started this year, Frank.
Indeed. We have the free hug campaign that's starting that Lisa and I are going to go out in community, offer free hugs. Hugs have medicinal value that's really, really strong, and we want to use that to help humans.
Absolutely. And we are also going around the world on live Instagrams. So our ask of you is, if you know of any amazing business owners out in other countries or across the nation, please introduce them to us at lisa@beencouraged.net.
Yeah, make sure that you email her. Yes, and she'll get it done for us, and we'll make sure that we highlight your business. You know, really the value of this is exposure. We get the opportunity to expose your business to our growing audience and get so that you can be seen and people can engage your business.
And we do offer sponsorship levels starting at $50 on up. So depending on how much marketing you have in your budget, we would love to help you get maximum exposure both on our website as well as our show.
Indeed. We love humans here at the Be Encouraged show. And the reason we exist is to create value for you.
The real value of sponsoring our show is joining us on our mission to infuse hope and encouragement throughout the world.
Aligning missional values is very important to us, and we are looking for businesses that align with us and our values and what we're trying to give out to the world.
Yes, this is about social impact,
Indeed.
Frank.
We know how important that is in this community and around the world. So join us in our mission to create social impact for your business. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Be Encouraged show. I'm Frank.
I'm Lisa.
And we're so incredibly glad to have you here on the show. This is Motivation Monday, Lisa.
Yes, day after Father's Day.
Yeah, day after Father. We got the blue thing going.
Yeah, we do.
Right? Yeah, Lisa came in decked to the nines today because, you know,
That's how
she
I
knew
roll.
I would be.
Oh, boy.
Right?
Minus the tide oaks. It's like really hot in Colorado.
No time today.
It's
No
going to be
time.
like 90-something degrees today.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's smoking, man.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm only one shade away from maxing out. So
Oh, God.
I have to make sure that I think you're away from. Be careful with that sun, baby. Right?
That's right, friend.
Yeah, we're having a good time today, and we got Christopher and Nicole with us today. Vinci?
Vinci, that's right.
Yes.
You think a black guy
Yep.
could say that, did you?
We had to practice beforehand. You guys don't see what happens on the back end.
I know. We need some outtakes.
Yes,
You know
we
what I mean?
do.
It
That would actually be really funny.
It'd be so incredibly funny. But they are a 9-month-old business dealing with the things that we in business deal with. You know, entrepreneurship, the lean challenge, scaling, fundraising, all the stuff, right?
Yep.
All
So
the
we're
stuff.
looking forward to being able to talk to you about that.
Yeah, we're excited to be here today.
We're glad to have you
Welcome.
guys.
Yeah,
Start us
thank
out,
you.
young lady.
All right. So we provide a platform for entrepreneurs and community-focused individuals to expand their reach and create a positive impact in the Colorado Springs community. And we're joining you live here in the Springs with some amazing guests, as Frank mentioned. If you want to join us internationally, please go to our website and select International via Instagram to join us live from anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world. And today's show is always sponsored by Crescio, who offers to help entrepreneurs with pay what you can consultations.
Did you say pay what you can?
I said pay what you can.
That is genius.
Yeah, don't be cheap, but pay what you can.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah.
It's like an offering on Sunday. Yeah.
Right. No, please don't make it that.
Don't
I was
make
a
it that.
bastard.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. He's a recovering
I'm
pastor.
a recovering pastor. Pay what you can consultations to understand AI agents and to use them to increase your sales and lower your overhead. Visit them at creditco.com to learn more and check out the flyer that we provided for you. Take those home with you. If you want to give Josh a call, he would love to hear from you.
Sure.
How about some introductions, dear wonderful lady?
My favorite part. So the Vinci family, to my right, Christopher is the lead mycologist.
Mycologist,
Okay, I haven't heard of that title.
Yeah.
Mycologist
We'll get into all that.
at Colonizing Colorado, blending science, storytelling, and hands-on experience in mushroom cultivation.
Wow.
Founder of the University of Colorado Mycology Society.
Mycological.
Oh, Mycological Society. Excuse me. I'm stuck on the whole mycologist, now mycological.
These are that's why we do what we do, because a lot of people don't know. They gotta know.
Yes, I will get there though. Okay. And the nonprofit operation CAPS, which stands for
Cultivating access to psilocybin. We do it for veterans. We do it for disenfranchised communities. We do it for food scarce populations here in Colorado. We help them to learn sustainable food development and grow their own medicine, and help them reintegrate out of jail and prison and these sort of things.
Wonderful. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to unpack that. Yes. That's our language. No, you didn't. Don't listen to him. So, I will.
She said I wouldn't even be sitting here beside him if he had just gotten out.
That's not true. My brother was incarcerated, so
So was mine.
I still. Yep. Well,
Hey, John.
is that your brother's name?
Yeah.
There's two Johns in the
Yeah.
family. Your parents must have been like
Two
forgetful.
different moms.
Oh, okay.
And my dad wanted the name to carry on.
Oh, gotcha. So twice, times
he's
two
23
different
years
women.
younger than me.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. All right, so let's go
I don't
back.
know what that has to do with mycology, but
Yes.
here we go.
So Christopher also advocates for therapeutic mycology and veteran access. Through workshops and grassroots efforts, he inspires others to reconnect with nature through fungi.
Do fun.
I love it. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Let me
Okay.
introduce this one. I
Are
got
you sure?
Can I?
Okay, go for it.
Oh, thank you. Nicole Vinci.
You're-
Love it.
She is styling. Like,
I
look at her
know.
dress and the matching
She is.
glasses.
What a gorgeous wife you
So
got, man. We're
on
gonna rock that with
Yeah.
your band.
Very lucky.
Somebody has to have it. Might as well be you, right?
Exactly.
I'm going to embarrass you to death today, young lady. Here we go.
She's ready. She's like, bring it.
Nicole Vinci is the founder and sole owner of Colonizing Colorado, a mycology supply company in Colorado Springs. Also serves as the city's jury commissioner. She is dedicated to making mushroom cultivation accessible and empowering, particularly for underserved, underserved communities, veterans, and wellness seekers, with a mission to educate others in growing food and healing through fungi.
It's debatable.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it?
Yeah,
I said it right both ways.
Yes.
So I'm so curious. How did you two meet?
Oh, this is an even better story. So we met in middle school.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah. So when you walk in our house, there's a picture that my mother gave us. That's a picture of each of us when we were at the age that we met.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cute.
Yeah. And then so we went to different high schools, and then we kind of reconnected in college in our junior year. And the rest is history.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the sixth
We've been
grade?
married now for 9 years.
9 years?
Yep.
Yeah.
So in the 6th grade, you were going like, yay.
Hey.
He said,
All the way back in 6th grade, you were going, yeah.
Yeah.
It took you a few years to cultivate that yay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, that's awesome. So are you both like from the Springs? That was here in Colorado, or?
No, Florida.
Oh, in Florida.
Originally, right outside of Tampa.
Oh, welcome here.
Yeah,
Like,
we are
it's really
actually our
sticky out
family.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our families are from the East Coast. My father and my mother from New York. I was born in Germantown, Maryland. She was born in New York, and we both moved around
Fifth grade.
4th, 5th grade to Florida, Tampa specifically.
Yeah.
And we left Tampa after we graduated with our bachelor's degrees, and we came out here to Colorado.
Why
And
here?
I started a cannabis consultation company, and basically going around to licensed
say
grows.
anymore.
Yeah, going around to licensed grows and consulting, and that's kind of what started the entrepreneurial mission. And I got out of the industry because of a lot of practices surrounding CBD that were just unethical vending, lots of different things that I just couldn't form my career around anymore. So I sold the company, and then went back to work doing the grind as a regional sales manager. And then I just found myself in a really, really low place, and that's part of my story. My story is pretty powerful in the sense that it is a demonstration of what can be done using these mushrooms. And I was suffering for a long time with a severe addiction. I used to be a very, like I said, high-performing salesperson. I was, by all sense of the word, successful, right? As we view the word, but I was just empty inside. And then my wife, she said to me, you know, you have to use the mushrooms again. And I kind of fought it, and then this all kind of led to the intersection of my life, like metaphorically and physically. I was at an intersection and I got arrested for driving under the influence of prescription medications. Now, the reason I was on all these medications is I suffer from severe complex sleep disorder. It's a form of sleep apnea that's more rare, and I was having over 90 central or obstructive, it's a mix, apneas per hour, which means from age about 16 to the age of about 30, give or take, I had unpronounced, undiagnosed sleep apnea, severe complex sleep disorder, with 90 apneas or more an hour when we finally found out. And what that means is during your hour, every night, hour after hour, my body would stop breathing and wake up 90 times. So I was getting only a few minutes of REM sleep. And this is what kind of sparked the need to use the mushrooms, right? I had to right the ship. Things were going down, and they were going down fast. And my wife, she's very intelligent and she's very loving. She stepped in and she was like, use the mushrooms.
Or I'm leaving you.
And so she knew they helped.
Yeah.
And so I started taking the mushrooms, and in a short amount of time, I started getting clarity. And then that's when I got determined to look at the science behind how I was feeling, and seek out the best professionals we could. And lucky and blessed, we found a doctor who gave me a sleep apnea test after specialist after specialist, and no one said, give him a sleep apnea test. My dentist didn't say it, so my airways only open 1/3 of the way.
Wow.
So the mushrooms changed my life. Everything else is,
Right.
yeah.
Do you still have your adenoids and tonsils?
Yes, I did. They didn't remove those. They wanted to, but we didn't let them do that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Me either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My children had to get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
My wife too.
my other daughter had to get her adenoids removed twice. She's
Yeah.
an anomaly. She is
Wow.
my child, but they actually grew back.
Need you to say more.
1%, exactly.
I had babies out the vasectomy. Does that count?
Yes. Yeah, it's very, very rare for adenoids to come back.
Yeah.
I win.
Oh my
Take
God,
a little bit of that. 2 daughters.
Yes.
Yes. Hey,
Hello.
Nicole. Tell us a little bit about Nicole.
So, born in Long Island.
Well, you had to be born somewhere.
Yep, in Long Island. Moved to Tampa, as my husband said, when I was 7. Grew up there, spent most of my time there. We, like he said, reconnected in college. Once we graduated, we came out here about 10, 11 years now.
No, it's about 13 or 14 now.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Time is
they're married.
linear.
Yeah.
Whatever.
If you were wondering before, you know now.
Yes.
Yeah. Time flies. But yeah, I got my bachelor's degree in public safety administration. So initially, my thought process was to go into forensic science. So I've always kind of been fascinated with law enforcement, crime, that side of the world. But I found myself actually working with kids for a while when I first started here, and I worked at Palmer High School for a while, and loved that. I absolutely loved that, but I was looking for more growth, and I wanted to be more integrated into our city. So I started working at the municipal courthouse about 7 years ago now, and I've worked myself up there, and now I'm the jury commissioner for Colorado Springs.
Well, tell people what a jury commissioner is.
Yeah.
So I'm probably the most hated position in the city.
We don't hate you.
Yeah.
But once you meet me, you don't. But I'm the person that summons you to court for our jury trials. So
Oh.
yeah.
So she manages
Yeah.
the jury. She manages
Yeah.
the jury selection
Yeah.
process,
Correct,
and then she is the final determinant on who is called to the jury or called to be a juror or a potential juror, and so it's pretty integrated. And now she also works with the large city planning organization.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, she's modest. She's very well integrated.
We're trying to get her a talk, though. Yeah. We want to go. I understand. If there's anyone on earth that can pull it out of people, I can. Trust me with this.
Nice.
Right? Trust me with your wife.
So I'm
I've never asked anyone that before.
So Nicole, I've seen a lot of movies with around jury and all that. Have you ever felt scared for your life or anything, like in
No.
weird, no wonky stuff happening on the back end?
No, not really. Essentially, on the city side of things, at municipal court, we deal with ordinances, so lower level crimes.
Okay.
So we don't actually deal with felonies or anything
Okay.
that's
Okay.
more on
Nice.
that
Okay.
level.
Good.
So
Yeah.
really, we mostly have trials that have to do with speeding tickets,
Okay.
or assault, or shoplifting, things that are not as major.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see the brilliance in you. So when people are looking at our show today, they're going, okay, so this young lady, Nicole, works at the municipal court, but she's dealing in mushrooms.
Yes.
Right? So do you see any dichotomy? I mean, or is it just me?
Yeah.
Right? So how in the world did this happen? How did you know mushroom was a thing?
So, if we flash back about 20 years, my husband and I have always loved gardening. His mom and dad used to love gardening together, so we kind of adopted that habit through them as well, and they taught me everything I know. So with mushroom growing, that just kind of felt like the next step. And when we, went through time and we saw how much mushroom therapy helped Christopher, we kind of expanded on this thought of, well, there's lots of people that could benefit from mushroom therapy, whether that's the medicinal side, like I deal in, or the psilocybin side, which Christopher kind of heads. We work together to basically hit all forms of the community. So it just, it's been a really rewarding experience, and learning has been quite challenging, just because there is so much to mycology. I'm pretty new to the science part of it, so it's been quite a journey over the last year.
It has. We've really. One thing that I know that this is something that we have to do is that when you're an entrepreneur, you struggle sometimes to have everything aligned the way you need it to, and some of these things are somewhat out of our control, right? You can bring a product to market after a ton of R&D. You can have a ton of different features. You can have all these different things that you are confident the market will receive well, and then the market will not receive it well. And it's not to the fault of the entrepreneur sometimes entirely, right? And obviously, but so
it's hard space.
Yep, and the community has really adopted us, and Nikki's been a lot of that, and we've now helped like hundreds and hundreds of people.
Wow.
To cultivate their own medicine. We've had countless people come to us emotional and tell us that we changed their lives, and we tell them that we did not change their lives. We gave them the tools to change their lives themselves, and that's what we do.
But if you're going to brand yourself, my friend, I'm going to cut in just for a moment there, okay? It's wonderful. We love this space of humility, right?
Yeah.
We want to be the most humble people that we can be in space, but own what you're doing to people. They need a tie-in.
Oh, yeah.
You're the tie-in to their help.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. That's why we do it. Yeah, we do own it. We do own it, but we do often. Our message is that I was going to go into the industry as a licensed cultivator. We evaluated the licensing process, and then we evaluated potential manufacturing license, and so that's kind of what happens with Proposition 122 turns into SB 23209, which is the state statute. So the company, or 290, I'm sorry, the company that I first started came from people in my life who saw me and saw my transformation. I went back to graduate school, and when I was in graduate school, my fascination for fungi reached an opportunity. I saw an opening to start the University of Colorado's Mycological Society. And a mycological society consists of field mycology, picking mushrooms, identifying them in the forest. It can consist of mushroom cultivation. It's the study of fungi, the kingdom of fungi, which has been ignored for a very long time, and kind of has been waiting for us to acknowledge it. And now we're finding all kinds of different benefits to these mushrooms that are, some of them exceeding any of the potential of any existing or past pharmaceuticals or biopharmaceuticals. So that's why we say we give people the tools.
Yeah. So, just let them connect that to you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if they say Christopher or Nicole or whatever your company is. I never deny. When people come in with Lisa and I and the work that we do, they'll say thank you.
Yeah.
You've helped us.
Exactly.
And we want you to remember us.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
When you're talking to Joe and Jane and Johnny and the rest of them, right? Yeah, Frank Sinclair. Yeah.
Thank you.
So Christopher, I love how Frank and I always talk about how your pain leverages your purpose, and you are really doing that in this space. How did you get to the point of courage to actually do it?
That's a good question. You know, that's a very wise question. I am getting my graduate degree, and that takes courage. But to start a business, and then to start a business framed around your own emotional and physical breakdown and spiritual breakdown, it's something that it takes an immeasurable amount of courage. I can't say how much you can't quantify it, because it grows in different ways at different times. And so at first, I had been designing my own cultivation products, because when I started cultivating 20 years ago, there was nothing on the market. There were spores, and that's about it. You couldn't buy a product like this, and you couldn't buy these things in Walmart that are a box that grow mushrooms right out of it. So I had to teach myself mycology, and that's what I did. I dove headfirst into mycology, because at the time mushrooms, psychedelic mushrooms, which were helping me tremendously, weren't very accessible. You had to get them through gray or illegal means. And you know, I said to myself, I have to make a decision for myself and for my family, regardless of my jurisdictional duty to the law, and we don't encourage this. This is not the right path. And now in Colorado, there are options for legal use, and we're huge on that. But that's what caused me to start Prop 122, and that's the company that started this. And that's a company that I run. I sell products and psilocybin mushroom genetics that I work with and design myself, and the products are all heavily tested. They outperform any of the 10 competitors that we pick in the market, and we've done quite a few different picks. You know, there's a lot of great products on the market that really that this either does just as well or outperforms, but I started giving people the bags when they came to me asking for help. They were like, "Can you help my brother? We see the change in you. Can you help my brother?" So it started like that, and then eventually it became a calling, because it was like I had helped 150 people, and my wife just looked at me and said, this is around the time we were trying to evaluate the licensing to cultivate. She said, "Why are you trying to reinvent the wheel? This is your calling, do it." So that's what we did, and then she has been growing medicinal and gourmet mushrooms for quite some time now. You know, about 15 years almost.
That leads into a really good question, because audience really, we need to dumb it down, if you will.
Sure.
Because that's one thing I challenged Christopher on when we were at One Million Cups, right?
That's right.
He was speaking
I struggle with that.
high terms, and people that don't know the industry had no clue what he was talking about. So first because you guys are coming to this space kind of in a different way. Sure. Tell us practically what you are creating. How does that create value for humans?
Oh gosh, that's a loaded question. I think based on the people that we've met, over the last 9 months specifically, I've seen the value, initially not at first, because I was nervous. I'm not an entrepreneur at heart.
Right.
And so my husband is. And I kind of followed his lead at first. But as we started meeting people, recently we met a family whose son is 15 years old and suffered a traumatic brain injury from a bad car accident. So we talked to them a bit about lion's mane and the many health benefits that come from lion's mane. And lion's mane is a mushroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lion's mane is a mushroom.
That's a medicinal.
It's a gourmet and medicinal.
Yeah.
And so basically, we helped that family. This is just one story of many. They came to our farmers market. We were recently at the Colorado Springs Sunday Market in Acacia Park. That's happening every other Sunday.
Yes.
That's right.
I would throw that in for free.
Downtown Colorado Springs.
92. So we met this family, and we got to talk to them for about 30 minutes about their journey with their son. And seeing just the hope in their eyes of something new, something potential, something that could maybe make their son feel a little bit better in his day-to-day life, potentially get him away from the numerous medications that he's having to take just to get through the school day.
Yeah.
We felt that just in that moment alone, amongst many others, that the value is here. What we're doing is not just a service. It's something to educate and benefit people that could really have a better life. Right. And, you know, not just the psilocybin side, but learning all about the gourmets and medicinals. What that has shown me is that the possibilities are endless, and there's so many different studies that are happening now, not just in this country, but in universities in Australia and beyond. These are preclinical, so there has not been any large-scale studies with humans just yet for lion's mane specifically. Mm-hmm. But so far what has been shown is that it has the power to help regenerate and repair damaged brain cells, and they're even looking into Parkinson's and Alzheimer's disease and how lion's mane specifically can help with those diseases. Mm-hmm. So when we talk about value, it's immeasurable.
So can you debunk the myth of the confusion? There's confusion out there, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
I hike a lot. I see mushrooms in the wild. Some are poisonous, some are not. I have no idea which ones are which, so I don't touch them. I go to the stores and I see lion's mane. Obviously, it's not psychedelic, right? Which you're calling medicinal is the psychedelic ones. Which one's which?
Let me explain that.
Because I've heard it's amazing health-wise.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
But there are two different
Right.
avenues, right? Yeah.
Yep. There's medicinal mushrooms, which reside in kind of the, I guess, consumer section of people interested also in gourmet mushrooms. So, and we're learning now that a lot of these gourmet mushrooms are actually also medicinal mushrooms, and it's something profound. It's not that, hey, if I take this, this lion's mane coffee, what could that do for me? Or if I take a tincture of reishi, what could that do for me? And what we try to impart to people is, and this brings the value back into it, okay? We don't just teach you how to grow mushrooms. We teach you how to have good hobbies, healthy hobbies that can turn into passions, that can you can derive purpose from. We teach you how to cultivate your own food. If you live in a food scarce food desert here in Colorado, and there are many, and there are many disenfranchised communities, and these products, we make them and we empower people to have a different life. And the psychedelic mushrooms, that is kind of in an area of their own, and the legalities around that created the frameworks for our companies. My company, Prop 122, which is a salute to proposition number 122, which was the people's proposal for the Natural Medicine Health Act. And this made natural psychedelic medicine for people 21 and up in Colorado to consume, personal consumption, possession, and cultivation, right? And so, we're very careful about checking everyone's IDs and providing harm reduction material, because like you said, we're trying to destigmatize and right the ship with this confusion. These mushrooms have less addictive properties than cocaine, than any alcohol, than marijuana, than any of these other drugs. And they are classified by the FDA in a category, or by the government as higher than heroin. And
why?
Because there's a lot of reasons why. A lot of people believe because the hippie counterculture, that was, people took psychedelic mushrooms, and that made them open their eyes, and they realized what was happening, and that's not good for war, because then you burn your draft cards, right? And so they shut down all the clinical research back in the 60s. Timothy Leary, all of these famous people. I mean,
he was a mushroom guy.
Yeah, he was. He was. He was a pioneer at the time. Alexander Shulgin, all of these doctors all these chemists that worked for massive companies like Bayer and things like that, and they were proving what we know now. And so this has become the psychedelic renaissance, so to speak, right? And that's what allowed us to take hold of the market, because we recognized a vacuum.
So is psychedelic renaissance a good thing for America?
It is. And let me tell you why. They are realizing now that all of this time spent not using these tools that nature gives to us, this perpetuates a cycle of self-destruction for the planet. Fungi are the only thing holding this planet together, and that's a whole nother discussion, but it's real. But more importantly, people can stop suffering. They can stop suffering from addictions, and they're showing that depression, 80% of people take to this medicine, natural medicine, psychedelic medicine, specifically psilocybin mushrooms, 80% of them take to it better than anything they've ever had before. High? So you don't get high, you get enlightened, my friend.
It's a journey.
It is. It's a journey.
But there are doctors, there are medical doctors, Frank, that can direct
There were
the
medical
journey.
doctors in the 60s.
No, I know psychologists that they are paid through medical insurance to include that, but to guide them through that journey of shrooming, so to speak,
Yeah.
so that they can get to a traumatic pain point, whatever it may be that's
correct.
got them blocked.
Yeah, they're trauma.
Right? Sorry, I've geeked out on this. And but they're there because you can have a bad trip and you can have a good trip, correct?
Did you have a trip?
So
I haven't done this, but I've studied
just like-
it. It intrigues me.
It does, and I can tell you the mechanism of that trauma, and this is how it heals America.
Yeah.
This is factual, okay? When you are ages 1 to 12, your brain forms all of its neural pathways. Those neural pathways are designed by your environment. If you live in a traumatic environment, if you have been abused, if you live in a loud household, all of these things become hardwired. After 12 years old, they stay relatively the same for the rest of your life. So when people are traumatized, and people say, oh, everyone's traumatized, you get past it. You don't. And so why do mushrooms help with this? I mean, think about this. We're allowing ketamine therapy and all these things. And tell me how we're not allowing mushrooms when mushrooms allow you, and psilocybin specifically, as well as lion's mane, to create neurogenesis.
I'm glad you said ketamine.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
So ketamine is a dissociative drug. It's a clinical drug. It's used in part for anesthesia. It has psychedelic properties, and I won't knock ketamine. That's not why I said that, but what I said that was because ketamine, you can die from overdosing on it. Mushrooms, that's not going to happen. That can't happen. You can have an insane ride, and that's why we promote safe use, and we tell people and inform people and actually enlighten them to the fact that, and that's kind of our credo, we want you to take these mushrooms, but only use them within the bounds of your jurisdictional laws, and only use them with intent and purpose to be in a safe setting.
Yeah.
Let me
and
ask
this
you
will change
another
your life.
question, because I get this conversation. There's going to be pushback, right? Yeah, because this is a space misunderstood. I'm probably one that misunderstands it myself.
That's okay,
right?
yeah.
Just trying to learn.
Yep.
But if you're doing, gosh, I forgot my question. It's your fault.
That happens to me all the time. That happens to me all the time.
It was such
It's
a good
always
question.
my fault.
too. Yeah.
I'm his work wife. So, it's
I
a
know.
thing.
Here it is.
How many wives you got, Frank?
Two right
He can
now.
only handle two.
Yeah. My work wife and my real wife. Right?
Cheers.
I don't know which one's worse, but did I say that out loud?
Yes, you did.
I meant, baby, you are not worse.
Yes.
I love you. I'm just trying. Let me get that squared away right now.
Yes.
So I gotta go home.
Yeah, you gotta go home.
You gotta go home. So, Christopher, what specifically has this done? Now, you gave us a high level testimonial of the help that you've had, right? Now, I want these people to understand on a lower level the benefits specifically that you get from doing it.
Yep. So let me tell you what it is. What it is I get multiple benefits from doing them, and I get them in different ways by using them in different ways, mushrooms in different ways. I personally suffered from a severe addiction, which resulted from years of me going to the doctor, being exhausted when I was 17, 18, and at the time I grew up in Florida, which was the capital of the pain pill mills when this was all going on. And so, and I know a lot of people I grew up with in my hometown, and I grew up in a nice hometown. that aren't here today with me, you know, and these people passed away all around me from this horrible epidemic that was started intentionally. It was manufactured intentionally by these companies for profit.
Yes.
And I'm all about profit. I'm a free market capitalist.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want the profit, but I don't want the misery with it. Yeah. And so what they do for me is, after that addiction, I couldn't stay off of drugs. If anybody right now is listening who is suffering with mental health issues, who is suffering with addiction, alcoholism, gambling, I want them to reach out to us. We want to get you a product, and we want to get it to you. Even if we have to give it to you for free, we do that the first time. And the reason why we do that is because we know that we've been supporting our community, and this has been the most enlightening thing for us that has empowered us and inspired us about entrepreneurship is if you support your community and you give back to them, that's not just malarkey. I mean, you get it back tenfold. And the Colorado Springs community has put us on their shoulders. And we're selling so many products, and it's been a blessing for us and our family. And anybody listening can do it too. And the mushrooms, when I took them, they helped me stop using drugs. I could never stop before. And the moment I did, I saw that I wasn't broken, that there was something wrong with me. And what it was when you sleep, your dopamine levels fill up. So when you don't sleep for a long time, your dopamine levels never go up. So you are constantly depressed. You're constantly anxious. And what does that lead to? Reaching out for substance. And that.
And a lot of other things.
Yeah. So that's what they do for me. I use them every day in a small quantity. I use them before this show, every morning in my tea. And now.
How many hands do I have? No. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
You feeling good right now, bud?
So I've taken
her tea.
Oh, stop it.
I took what's called an
I
imperceptible
just met
dose.
him. I would have. No, I'm
We can arrange that. But yeah, no, we, I don't know what I was saying.
Small doses.
Oh yeah, so what I did today was I took what I take every day, and that's an imperceptible dose. Some people call it a microdose. My microdose is a little higher than most. That's just what works for me.
Well, you're a bigger guy, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, it's very real that so many moms are doing this now. So many moms and dads are on the field at the soccer game on the sidelines talking about microdosing. I mean, go to the website Microdosing Moms from Denver, and you'll be blown away. It's crazy, and it's a revolution.
I'm mad if I go to microdosing mom. Frank, what's up?
We just got back on Facebook for you.
That's right. Yeah. Nicole, one last question before Lisa asks you guys our magical question today. You know, I love my quote, right?
Yes.
And I can't go a show without doing it.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask you it.
There you go.
Okay? You know, Robert Frost said I should be telling this with a sigh. Sometimes age is an age's hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. What has been your road less traveled?
Oh, gosh. I did not study for this. Gosh, I'd say the road less traveled is breaking out of my need to control everything. I think from a young age grew up in a situation which wasn't always the healthiest. So as I got older, I formed really terrible habits in terms of trying to just always manage everything, take care of everyone, and I put myself aside for the most part. I always put everyone else first. I'm a Cancer, so it's kind of in my... Oh, yay! Cancer life.
What are you think?
Huh?
What are you?
Go.
Okay.
What?
Oh!
Hey, no offense.
You see your face?
No offense taken, because I don't even follow.
Oh my God.
I love everyone. But long story short, I think the road less traveled for me was breaking out of those bad habits, looking at life a different way, not just through my husband's eyes, but also through these other people in the community through their eyes and seeing their struggles. And I'm like, well, I'm no different than everyone that we're working with on a day-to-day basis now. And so I think for me, just navigating the speed bumps in that road, the detours, the U-turns, like all of it has led us here today. And I really look forward to just where this road is going to keep going as we go together.
And she's done amazing. And for somebody who's not a self-motivated entrepreneur, I mean, it was it only took a couple months of success before she said, I'm going to start a gourmet medicinal company. I said, have at it.
Get it.
Now
Nice.
third company's in the works, and the nonprofit we operate helps veterans to cultivate their own natural psychedelic medicine.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that really helps my heart
And it's
feel
all-
full.
We
Yeah.
forgot to talk about the thing real quick.
Oh, what thing?
Can you grab the bag?
The bag?
Yeah, right there. Or he has one, does Okay.
Oh, that's hard, man. I tell you,
That's a 5-pound bag there.
I'm telling you, man.
Grew a lot of mushrooms
A
with that bag.
4-pound arm.
You want to explain that real quick?
Yeah,
like
sure.
a minute.
So this product here is a product that we designed. My wife helped design this product. We've tested it. It's amazing. You take a liquid culture, and that's basically living mushroom roots, and you inject it into this black port. When you pull it out, the needle hole will seal up, and you'll start to see mycelium, which is white mushroom roots growing, and they'll begin to grow all over the bag. And when the bag is fully grown, you cut an X in it, and you'll have mushrooms come right out of the bag. It's something amazing. It's great for gardening. It's great for your health. It's great for peace of mind. It's good.
Wow.
And, yeah.
Very cool. Thank you for that.
Yep.
Does it continuously grow, or is there like after 5 mushrooms
Sure.
come out, you're done, or?
So yeah, we teach a lot of sustainable mushroom growth, but the bag itself will exhaust. Eventually,
Yeah.
it will give off many flushes of mushrooms, many different amounts of mushrooms, in sets of 1, 2, and 3 flushes is what they call it. So, and then after that, we encourage people to take the blocks, break them up, and put them in their garden, and mushrooms come up later.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, and they're not psychedelic.
Not her
these.
company, no.
Not
So
these,
my
okay.
company, Prop 122, is, and that's a wholesale company that sells products to Colonizing Colorado for sale. And
Awesome.
Right on, guys.
Okay.
this was great.
Okay, so as you know, our whole mission is to infuse hope and encouragement to the world, and that's why you are here today to do just that.
We're honored.
So I'm going to start with you, Christopher. If you can look at the camera and encourage the world,
You have 60 seconds.
and then let them know how to reach you as well at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If I had to give words of encouragement, it would be, if you're watching this, if you know someone who needs to watch this after you hear it, everybody can love one another and heal the world and the planet if we allow ourselves to do so. And one of the hardest things is doing that. So if you need help to find your purpose again, if you need help to inspire yourself to love life again, if you need help with your addiction, if you are suffering in any way, call us. We will help you. We will help you, and we will help you because we know it works, and it worked for us, and it's working for people all over the country now. So please contact us, Colonizing Colorado. You can find us on Instagram. You can call us at 719-407-3883. And then our website is the Colonizing Colorado website is currently finished, but we have pulled it off because of some issues with the law that's being changed. So our lawyer has advised us to take it off. So reach us on Instagram. You can buy products through us there.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we're at the Farmers Market at Acacia Park, downtown Colorado Springs, every other Sunday. This Sunday is one of those Sundays from 9 to 2.
And elevate.
And we're doing Elevate Glass as well.
Yeah,
Cool.
on Saturday,
On
2 to
Saturday.
6.
All right, Nicole, you're up.
Oh, okay.
Encourage the world.
Oh gosh, okay. I don't know if I'll take up the full 60 seconds here, but I would echo what Christopher said. I feel like we as a community, not just here in Colorado Springs, but beyond, not just in the country, statewide, worldwide, we should all start leaning on each other a bit more. Looking into some alternative medicines can really help promote so many great things in your life. We have a close friend who recently told us that since starting these mushrooms, they wanted to spend time with their kid again. And they're actually going out and spending time with their family and going to events, and they don't feel riddled by anxiety and nerves, and they're sleeping well. And that's just one example of many, again, but I feel like if we all just take the time to slow down in this very busy, hectic pace that we all live every day, especially here in this country, we could really just zoom in on ourselves for a second and explore the many possibilities that we can all achieve if we work together.
So you can't use 60 seconds, huh?
Maybe I had to turn it on.
Good job.
Good job.
All
Tough
right.
one. I like that.
That was a tough one.
Well, this is amazing. Thank you both for
Thank you,
being
guys.
with
Thank you,
us in
guys.
show 1 today. We look forward to hearing testimonials of the great things your company is going to do in our community. Reach out to them, and Lisa and I will be back in a moment with show number 2.
All right.
Yay.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged Show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged Show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged Show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place,
Well, welcome back to the Be Encouraged Show. I'm Frank.
I'm Lisa.
And we're so incredibly glad to have you this afternoon. Man, we've been getting our grub on, girlfriend.
Yes.
Right?
Are you guys watching? Because we're down.
I know you're jealous. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I feel for you. I just can't reach it.
We have chefs in the house today,
Yes,
and I
do.
threw down some really good food that they cooked for us. Thank you for that.
That was so
We
sweet.
love being fed.
That's right.
Everybody should feed us on a Monday.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they don't get that
Yeah, if
message.
you're on upcoming shows, listen to her.
Feed us.
Okay?
I'm gluten free. He's not.
No. I eat it all. Well, let me wipe off my mouth.
Yeah.
So you can see the sincerity of my eating. Okay. Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa. Show number 2 today. Lisa, we have 2 amazing humans with us today.
Yes,
right?
I was so excited when I saw that they got on the calendar. Finally, I know you both
finally.
are very busy and in high demand in the city.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead and introduce them.
All right. So to my right, for the 2 of you who do not know him, Mr. Chef Derien Latimer. 25 years of experience in education as a teacher, assistant principal, and principal, this community leader is passionate about uniting people through food and conversation. As owner and chef of Lat's Kitchen and Catering since 2007, they bring American soul food and barbecue to Colorado and recently launched, and we got to go there too, it was amazing, the Soulful series to further strengthen community connections.
That is so awesome. I got to unbutton my coat before I introduce you.
Yeah.
Feeling
It's
it
like
already, brother.
Thanksgiving.
You know. Yes. Caddy Fisco, you're so amazing. You know that, right? Those are your bad points.
This she knows.
Yes, she is.
She owns
and she
her
has
greatness.
my mom's name as well.
Oh,
right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Very
Katie Fisco,
Yes.
Chief Katie Fisco is a Filipino-American chef with over a decade of experience in the Mississippi Gulf Coast and Pikes Peak region. Boy, I want to explore that. An executive chef and owner of, is it Bayonne?
Baon.
Baon. Yeah,
Got it.
It's difficult for a black dude from Mississippi. Buy Supper Club. She shares Filipino food, history, and culture through immersive dining. In May 2024, she received the Paxo Colorado Cultura Award. Did I say that right? And is a graduate of the Thrive Network Small Business Incubator,
Sure.
Cohort 14. Was I there?
You were.
Yeah. I got a chance to speak with them at that cohort as well.
Yeah.
Welcome, Katie.
Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
And it's Paxoco.
Paxoco.
We've heard Harmony say it a million times.
Well, obviously, I need 1,000,001.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
You got all the difficult ones.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, I let her read your bio. You know,
Oh, my God.
That was not that difficult. And she threw down on me, right? Anyway, we got to say
Yes.
this before we get to questioning you guys because I forgot. We want to thank you so much to our platinum sponsor, Crescio, for this show.
Oh, yes.
When you get a pay what you can consultation with them, you can learn how to leverage AI agents to penetrate the noisy market, lower your overhead, and increase your sales. Please visit them at Crescio.com to learn more. And we love some flyers for you guys to take home with
Thank
you.
you.
You know Joshua well. so-
Incredible. Yes.
yes,
Yes, I do.
indeed. Yes. So here we go, Lise.
All right. So, Miss Katie,
Yes.
we want to start way back, like little Katie Jr. Tell us your story, your life story.
Oh, shoot. I'll make it brief. So my parents met in Okinawa. Right?
There.
I know.
I think I was there when they met.
Oh,
Probably,
God.
probably in the same bar. My my dad was stationed there for Air Sea Rescue. He served in the Air Force with C-130s to communications. And my mom was working there as an overseas worker. And so they kind of crossed paths over and over again in Okinawa. And eventually married and had me. And then my older siblings from my mom's side, we all flew to the States, lived in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Were you at Keesler?
Yep, exactly. At Keesler. There's lots of circles in this Yeah, there's a lot of circles in this story. So we were stationed there. I grew up there. When I hit like first grade-ish, we moved to Florida. So I grew up mostly in Florida. In Miami-Dade County area, Coral Springs, Hurricane Andrew hit. So then we moved Central Florida, Winter Park, Orlando area. And then when I graduated high school, I visited my sister for the summer in Johnstown, Colorado. Now there's a suburb there, but before it was just like tamales and peppers and cornfields and nothing much else. I think there's a bean festival every year there, which was like the only thing to look forward to during the year there. But so I fell in love with the mountains, and just Colorado way of life is very different from Central Florida, where it's like, you know, a melting pot of all these different cultures and tourism and the House of Mouse, all those things. And I just really like the contrast and the difference of living in Colorado. It was just so beautiful. So fast forward, going through college, trying to make my way through life, and I was like, I don't like counting other people's money. I was a member service rep at Ent. And, you know,
I want to count my own money.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, exactly. And I found myself dreaming about traveling and all these different chefs and techniques and culture, and just going through all these rabbit holes of learning really culture. And eventually found myself in culinary school. And about 2 years, it's a 2-year program, but I did 4 because I was working, interning, and going to school at the same time.
Yeah, understandable.
So I was a super senior in my college years.
Super senior.
And in the middle of all that, I met my amazing husband, Eugene Fisco. It's Darien's favorite person. He's like, are you prepped? I really don't care. Is Eugene coming? That's what he cares about. But that's awesome. So my husband said, you know, I'm going to join the Air Force. I really think that's the best way we should start our family. We weren't even engaged yet. And I said, hey, listen, if you're going to make that choice, that's on you until you put a ring on this finger, you know?
Yes.
But he decided to sign up anyways, kind of met in the middle. And he said, we're going to go, I put down overseas in some, you know, seashore bases here in the States. And I said, okay, that sounds great. I didn't know that we wanted to get Misawa. That was like our number one wish.
Mainland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the second on the list, I didn't know he submitted, was Biloxi, Mississippi. We got stationed there. We were there for about 5 years. We became foster parents and adopted. They know they're adopted, so it's not like a surprise or anything for them. But 2 or 3 of our kiddos are adopted from foster care, and that's the heart of our life at that time. I stopped working. I was working at, now it's I think maybe 3rd year, James Beard nominated restaurant called Vestige in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Incredible. There was no fryer in there. Which is saying a lot for Biloxi, Mississippi, with catfish and shrimp. And yeah. So it was a breath of fresh air for me to cook seasonally and with the ingredients around me. And I mean, shrimp out of the bay is like
nothing like it.
Incredible. Out of the Gulf, all the seafood out of the Gulf was incredible every week, learning about tilefish, golden tile, like just an abundance. And we got back to Colorado, and then I was like, all right, I hit my mommy phase, and I'm like itching to get back to cooking, and went back into fine dining here in the Pikes Peak area, and then pandemic hit. And I sat and asked myself, am I cooking? I love cooking. I don't even care if it was grilled cheese. I could do grilled cheese all day. I would love to do it. Just being in the kitchen, the spirit of being busy and feeding people is my home. But I really wanted to be able to tell the story of the food that I grew up with, the smells, the flavors, the aromas, and the culture. And so that's why Bought and Supper Club was born. Yeah. That's the short version.
How long have you been back?
We've been back since 2017.
2017. Is your husband not in the military anymore?
He's since separated, but he works as a nurse manager for the VA right now.
Okay. All right.
Still
So
nursing.
civil servant?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And your third child?
Oh, our third child, Eliana, was born in 2018. Her birthday is the one that I keep forgetting. She was born we're supposed to have Thanksgiving dinner at our home, and then she was born instead. So she was a turkey.
She was the turkey.
Yeah, she was a turkey. So yeah, she was born in 2018. So that's my 3 kiddos. That's the short version.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, no one unpacked a story like that on our show without promptings like you did.
You're refreshing.
That was pretty awesome,
Thank you.
right?
Oh, thank
Because normally when we ask them to tell the story, they go right into their resume, right? And tell us what they do professionally and where they went to school. And my eyes glaze over and try to bring them back.
We're just waiting 15 minutes, and then we'll get back to the question. Who are you really?
I mean, right.
Rule number 1 at Soulful is you're not allowed to tell people what you do.
That's right.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's something we're intentional about.
Nice.
Yes,
I like
which
that.
is so awesome.
Yes.
So tell us about you.
All right. So, I guess the circle, I was born in Biloxi, Mississippi at Keesler Air Force Base. So, my father was in the military. So, lived that life as a kid. We were at Keesler. We were at Simbach in Germany, which I don't know if it even exists anymore. We came to Tyndall in Panama City, Florida.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I did my elementary school years. And then right before middle school, my father got stationed here at Peterson.
Nice.
So we came here in, 88 or 89. And, so it was my parents, my 2 siblings. I have a younger sister and an older sister. And, at that time, really sports and athletics was a big part of our lives. My dad had run track in college, and so whether we liked it or not, we were gonna be busy playing sports. So my sister Chantel, I know you guys know, she was a extremely prolific runner.
Yes, she was.
And then then football is probably my best sport. I also ran track, but my younger sister Alicia is probably the most accomplished of us all. She kind of reached the world class level as a runner, and so we were here going through middle and high school. I think a neat thing that I didn't know at the time, but when I was probably about 15 or so, my mother, who was a school teacher, Chantel had left the house already. So it was just Alicia and I, and my mother sat us down and said, basically, I'm tired of cooking for y'all every day. Because she was a teacher, and she said, hey, I'm working all day, I'm coming home, I'm grading papers and lesson planning. And so she said, Derien, you're gonna cook 2 days a week, and Alicia, you're gonna cook 2 days a week, and I'll take the other days. So she said, ready, go. After that, didn't teach us a thing about anything.
Wow.
The house didn't burn down.
The house didn't burn down. The very first meal that I cooked, I think that day, I knew how to brown ground beef, so I browned ground beef.
Right.
I boiled some water and put some egg noodles and frozen peas in there. Not a pinch of salt, pepper. I think I made toast.
Yeah.
And that was what we had for
That sounds
dinner
good.
that night.
How old were you?
Oh gosh, I was probably 14 or 15.
Oh, that's awesome.
But we, after a while, we had to figure out if we wanted something good to eat. That we had to
Figure it out.
Yeah, we had to figure it out.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my introduction to cooking. So, after high school, I was fortunate to get a scholarship to play ball at the University of Oregon. Went to Oregon and learned a lot about myself and became became a young man, or I guess a less immature young man. But it was there that I met my beautiful wife, Belinda. And so we were married in 2000. And
Is your 25th? Is your silver anniversary this year?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I say yeah, I think so.
Thank you. I wasn't doing the math on that. So yeah, that'll be in December. I'll be in December.
You're welcome.
Wait, December, when's your anniversary?
16th.
Oh, okay, December 8th is our anniversary.
Okay, yeah, we're
You
December
better plan
3rd.
something big, man. This is
I know.
a big deal.
Yes. So that was where like I really began to cook. My mother-in-law would have us over for dinner a lot. You know, my wife is from Kenya, and so they would do Kenyan food, which was really unique for me because it's very handsy. The first time we sat down to eat, there was not a piece of silverware.
No silverware, yeah.
And I'm looking, going, okay, what are we supposed to do? That's wet. How do we do this? But we got used to it. And you know, my brother-in-laws, I love them. But you know, they would burn the chicken on the grill sometimes. So, you know, I just said, why don't you let me get a try on the grill? So, so I went out on the grill and I actually learned, at my core, I'm really an introvert. And I learned if I go on the grill, like I can step away from like all the noise and things in the house, and then we didn't have to have burnt chicken. So, you know, yeah. So we, you know, so I was the person that did the chicken, and I
you
can
do
remember,
have the most moist chicken ever.
Chicken's really
Yeah.
good.
Right? When we went to that book thing over here,
Oh yeah, we brought chicken.
I was like, whose chicken is this? This
Yeah.
is actually moist. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard for people to get
Yeah,
chicken
I don't
right.
like dry chicken. No
I
dry
don't
poultry.
either.
Dry chicken.
No dry
No,
poultry.
yeah.
you
I
can't-
love Yardbird.
We can't do that. So yeah, I remember the first time somebody asked me to bring chicken to a function, and there was it was like a bug that I caught. Like, oh, somebody actually wants my food, and so we did. That led to us trying some more things and, you know, doing barbecue. I think at that time the Food Network had just started, and in May they always featured barbecue, and I was like, I think I want to do that.
Wow.
And so started trying. The first brisket I ever made was terrible. It was terrible, but now I've made probably 1,000 briskets, so they're pretty good. You guys got to have some brisket this morning.
That was amazing. It was so moist and flavorful with just the right heat.
Good
So-
brisket.
Any
So, yeah,
other
I'm
comments?
feeling good.
Yeah.
You know, look at my face.
Yeah. You just have to feed us, and we're always good. People don't get that. Like, just feed us. The encouragers will show up.
Yes.
Getting that grub on.
Yeah.
You know, at that time I was working in schools. I was teaching. You know, my mother was a teacher. My father, when he retired from the military, went into education. So it's
Yeah.
kind of in the blood.
Yeah.
My younger sister's a teacher. My grandmother was a teacher. So that's kind of the
nieces are
family.
sisters?
Your nieces,
Yeah, my nieces
right?
are
Yes.
teachers. So
Yeah,
it's
Chantel
kind
works
of,
in-
yeah, she works in the school district.
Yeah.
District, yeah.
So that's kind of what we do. So I was teaching. I knew, you know, I mean, we always talk about teachers don't get paid enough, and so I had an eye on administration.
Yeah.
And you know, I enjoy school leadership and supporting teachers and what they do. So went back to school, got my administrative license, and all
went
the
back to
while,
Oregon for
yeah,
that, didn't
yeah,
you?
yeah. I got
Yeah.
my master's at Oregon.
Yeah. See, I followed this dude.
Yeah, you
It's
do.
like,
Are you a fan?
I am.
Yeah.
Got a bro crush on
Yeah,
this.
look at that. I was sensing that.
That's good. Thank you. That encourages me.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh.
Make an old man feel good.
He's not that way with many people.
So yeah, at the same time, you know, we were doing some catering on the side while I was, you know, teaching and working as an assistant principal, and we came back to Colorado in 2007, and you know, worked in District 2. Now I'm in District 11 as an elementary school principal. But we were always catering. We were always cooking food. It was out of necessity at first. I remember in December, I was like, we need to figure out a way to buy Christmas presents not out of our regular paycheck. So let's brine and smoke some turkeys for Thanksgiving.
Nice.
Let's start doing that. And then we just started to gain a following, and so we've been, we've had the catering business since 2007, and and again working in schools. But I think the thing most recently, starting the Soulful series, there's just hospitality was a big thing in our home growing up. We always had people in our home. We always had folks that needed a place to stay for a couple of nights.
Your
or a
mom
meal.
used to try to feed me when I stopped by to do service at your house.
It does not surprise me.
I love people like that.
It doesn't surprise me. And I didn't really know what I was watching at that time. But it was just something that I think was being instilled in me. So Soulful is really just the next iteration of what I saw as a kid. And, I think just really believing in giving people a space to sit down and talk, because there's a lot of yelling in our world. And I'm just so fortunate to have met Katie through Alan Briggs, who probably comes around here.
Yeah,
This is his joint.
So she's just been, she's been amazing to work with. She's a really super talented chef. So I just do what she asks me to do in the kitchen sometimes.
Smart man.
So that's
and he's married, so he knows that's the deal.
yeah.
So
He knows what's up.
So
What did you run the 40 in when you were?
Oh gosh.
You 4.4, 4.5. What were you?
I was 4.53, so I wasn't.
4.53.
crush.
So I wasn't the fastest guy, but I could catch and I didn't fumble.
Yeah. Daddy, he's modest, man. Because I was fortunate enough to be an adult here in Colorado when he was in high school and got an opportunity to follow his high school career. Our city was incredible and still are incredibly proud of you, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
Really, we are. You were the bomb.
Are you good?
I got a chance to say that. Got it off my chest, brother.
Take you to the altar on Sunday. Oh my gosh.
Yes, if you've been here, you know what I'm talking about. He's celebrated for reals. He is. So, Katie.
Yes.
Yeah. Now that I've caught her breath.
Your give back, Katie, in the city is incredible too.
Oh.
So besides the food thing, talk about what else you do.
Yes, so I recently, right now I'm serving as the special projects manager for PACSOCO, Philippine American Chamber of Commerce of Southern Colorado. That's why we shortened it to PACSOCO. And I'm just really passionate. Recently, just a shout out to really great leadership in our chamber.
Yes.
Go ahead and say her name.
Harmony. We love you.
She's the best.
Yes, she is.
And really everyone on the executive board that serves is incredible. I recently reached out to her and said, hey, I want to give everything that I am to this, but my kiddos, my family needs me.
Yeah.
And she said, basically say less. And so I was serving as the secretary on executive, in the executive board, but I took a step back just to handle special events. Because what else I do in the city, I love to give back as much as I can. And I helped PACSOCO launch something called the Senso at a small business development center, which helps, it's geared towards, but not specifically for immigrant first-time business owners here in Colorado Springs. And Small Business Development Center has so many resources. I mean, alone, just yeah, thank you, Brandon. Just the language services alone are incredible. You can have all the classes translated, 20, 30 different languages. And so that alone was showing me that if there's barriers to you being a business owner or reaching another level in your business, that Small Business Development Center can really help. And we're really just super lucky and blessed that they had agreed to partner with Paxoco to provide this for the community. And I have seen in our first, I don't know what's happening with the second cohort, but the first cohort, I think we have anywhere from 25 to 30 attendees.
I saw that
and
picture, yeah.
5 or 6 of our cohort members had either bought a physical location or launched into a food truck, or our tea connoisseur, matcha tea connoisseur. She launched a truck. She went in thinking I want a truck, and then at the end of the program she had one.
That's so great.
Just things like that really encouraged me that for our city is so hungry for culture,
Yes.
for connection,
Yes.
for richness, and having programs like this helps business owners provide that for our community. And so,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How did it go yesterday?
oh, yesterday I didn't get to go. I
you
took the day
didn't?
off.
Oh,
Thank you,
bummer.
Harmony. But it was incredible. It was incredible to see. This is an international Filipino artist.
Yeah.
He's a big deal. Like my mom's mom. Like everybody knows who he is, and. It was incredible to see our city come together for that.
Yes.
So it's really cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna go, but
I was
Father's
too.
Day.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Hey.
my kids, I had to go to Denver and be with my kids, right?
great.
So,
And John wanted
yeah.
to do something else. So,
Right, yeah.
I couldn't dictate
Yeah, you got
this time
married
around.
to a dad. So, you know, one thing I've always wanted to ask you, I think is really important because there's a standard that's been set in the Latimer family. I mean, overall, there has. I know Chantel, her and I had some conversations. I know she went through her thing and stuff. I have kids go through their thing and but you were raised in a family, a cohesive family that a lot of black men can't relate to. I mean, your parents are still together. Your dad, you know, I know him, I know Ed, and I know what kind of leader he is, what kind of dad. You know, nobody's perfect. That's we don't run in that space. But what would you say to black men today that are out there like me, whose dad wasn't around to help guide and lead me?
You know, it's really interesting you asked that. We had a really special moment yesterday, being Father's Day. So we were sitting around the table. It was my father, me, my son. I have an adopted brother and his son, and then Alicia's husband, my sister. And we listened to my dad talk about how he was not a perfect father. He wasn't a perfect man. And how he, you know, did stupid things when he was in his 20s and you know, wasn't always the best husband and things, but he encouraged us, and I think he was encouraging my son, that we all come to this point where, and he came to this point where he could have gone right or left.
Yep.
And
that's not a political statement.
Yes, yeah. In his life, he could have gone right or left.
Yeah.
And what he was reflecting on, you know, being now in his 70s, is that if he would have chosen something different, he was thinking about what he would have traded away. Like that moment of sitting with 3 generations of Latimer men, and he, in his 20s, almost traded that away. And so I think what he would say and what I would say, you know, to black men, to any men, is that we all, none of us are perfect. I have messed up royally as a father and as a husband, as my brothers have, as my brother-in-law has. But just to keep in mind that there's a treasure that comes. You know, it doesn't mean that we're never going to fall, that we're not going to mess up, but we just got to keep getting up. We got to keep showing up. And I think I would say that to any man, just keep showing up. Because, you know, looking yesterday, having, again, 3 generations, and my daughters were there, and just everybody there, like he could have traded all of that away for something that would have not been worth it. So I think the lesson was that he just kept showing up even though he was messing up.
Oh, I love that.
Showing up while you're messing up.
Yes.
Oh man, that resonates so much with me. It really
Well, it's
does.
all of us, I think.
Yeah.
Even as a mama.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. What an encouraging word that is for humans to hear today. Showing up though you're messing up. Name of your next book. Showing up while messing up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
I got a lot of that. A lot of
Got a
stories.
lot of course material, right?
How long do y'all have?
Yeah,
on this
exactly. So you guys have an event coming up, right? Tell us
Yeah.
about that.
So yeah, this will be our fourth Soulful Series community dinner. It's happening July 12th. We're gonna do it over at Red Rocks Barn. So we're gonna do an outside one. We're gonna try to take advantage of some nice weather and
Fingers
yeah,
crossed.
we're
It's Colorado.
we're super excited. Tony Exum Jr. will be doing live music that night. We're gonna kind of do it barbecue themed. It's summer. We're gonna kind of have a cookout barbecue theme. For those of you who haven't been to a Soulful, it's not just a meal. We try to curate some conversation and put people around tables and talk about what we're passionate about and why we love this city and how we can make our community better. So we'll do something similar. I think we'll go a little lighter on the questions just because it's summertime and we're going to be a little bit less casual. So we might throw us a silly question in there to make you guys laugh or not. But we're really excited. So I think tickets will go on sale later this week.
And then how do they get those?
So you can go to latskitchen.com/soulful. So that's soulful. It's FULL. So soulful because we want to fill your stomach. We want to fill your soul.
Love it.
And I'm excited because Katie's going to be cooking something special for us that night.
I am?
Yeah, you are. I haven't told her yet. What are you telling what you're cooking?
Just told me.
I can't do it. I can't do it. You can do it.
What, the whole pig? Oh, the lechon? Okay,
Yes.
yeah, whole pig roast,
You're
yeah.
doing
Are you gonna do a pig roast?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Did you hear that?
So we're gonna have a lot of barbecue staples, but we're gonna do a whole pig. And as
I
much
grew
as
up
I do
in Hawaii,
barbecue,
so I love me some pig.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've ever had one. We couldn't afford a whole pig. We had to do
Yeah, the ears, the snout.
but yeah, we'll
feet, the snout,
Or the tongue.
and anything else, tongue, whatever. Whoa.
Yeah.
We couldn't afford OR, so we just PO.
Yeah.
I've heard of that pole before.
Be sure to put the link in our show comments
Okay.
so people can buy tickets that way.
Yeah, absolutely, we will.
Yeah, we're gonna run a little bit longer because
Yes.
I don't want Lisa getting all trippy over here, right? So I want her to know that's happening. She
Yes.
want to keep me on pace at everything that we do.
Everything
And I
we
don't
do.
like.
We had to feed you. So.
That's
I
right.
respect people's time. That's all.
Thank you
What
so
are you trying to
much.
say?
Yeah, I just respect their
Well, what are
time.
you trying to say?
That I respect their time.
Katie,
Yes.
what you got going on with your space and the stuff that you're doing right now, and et cetera?
So first I want to give a shout out to Care and Share. They have a commissary kitchen and I get to use that space. It's beautiful. And so nothing officially in the works, but I'm working on doing something where I'm able to take in donations and trade for food and a price, but so that we can kind of help with food insecurity in the city. It's part of the reason I picked that kitchen is just food insecurity is something that's touched my life, and if you know what it's like to be hungry,
Yes.
then you know what then I feel like it propels you to feed others. So it's part of the reason that we picked that kitchen to have as a commissary. Other things in the works, starting the end of July, the last Saturday of every month, we're going to have a pop-up. So
You gonna pop up?
doing pop-up dinners, all Filipino. Our last one was a vegan dinner, so there's no meat. So I don't know if you would have been satiated. I think that
I
you would
would
have had a
eat
great
it.
time.
I would eat it.
You wouldn't have noticed, promise.
You'll be fine. You can have your portobello
so
mushroom.
confused.
That's the meat.
But
No meat is like a day without sunshine.
You would enjoy it.
That's dark. So starting July, the last Saturday of every month, we're going to have a pop-up with a different theme. And so just keep your ears open, eyes open for when the next location is announced.
All right.
So that's our next big thing. So we're going to start doing pop-ups.
Be sure to tag us. We'd
Yes.
be more than happy to share.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And invite you. I'd love to have you.
Yeah,
Well, we
thank
do
you.
pop up the hug campaign.
campaign.
So if you want us there at the greeting station with our
Yeah.
hugs, we'd be more than happy to do that
Oh
too.
my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone needs one.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very
And
big
your
to see.
culture will hug openly.
Yes.
You know, which is so stinking. You
Yeah.
guys, man, got to beg you to hug.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to a Caucasian dude.
Some people are a trip.
Wow. Shots fired out here.
Some people have bubbles that you cannot sit near. Those are the church huggers with inside church
No,
hug.
sorry. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. We got that down for them.
That is funny.
But if you go 12 seconds in a real hug, it's really
It's
medicinal.
medicinal. Yeah.
It is.
It is.
That's why I'm almost 70 and still hitting it. You know what I mean? It's like I mean it.
Yeah.
Good. As you should.
Yeah.
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 Other than that, we're just keep your eye out. We're gonna have pop-up bake sales coming up. We have something called Pan de Sal Society,
What?
which Pan de Sal is a bread that's it's just a common bread in the Philippines. In the morning, people are in the streets selling them, and you dip it in your coffee for breakfast.
That didn't
and we're gonna
sound
be-
too good.
No, it is
Sound
good.
like bun to sell. Sound like street world.
Pan de Sal.
Bun to sell.
Pan de Sal. And so we'll start selling those.
He's not cultured enough. I keep
Sorry.
trying with him.
It's all right. We're here for you.
I know.
The name of our business is Baon. It means food for the journey, and that means we meet you where you're at and feed you where you're at.
Baon.
So
Yeah. You know
doesn't
I've
matter
been to
if
the
you can't see it.
Philippines, right?
Oh yeah, you told me.
Yeah.
Subic Bay.
Balut. Manila.
Manila,
Longapo.
Oh, and Longapo.
Yeah. Matter of fact, my girlfriend was Filipino that I was going to marry when I came back.
I thought
to
she was
America.
Japanese.
She was Filipino. She lived in Okinawa.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought
she
you
was
always said she was
Boulevard, yeah.
Japanese.
Did I?
Yeah, you always said my Japanese girlfriend.
I meant to say my
She lived
Filipino
in-
girlfriend
Who
in
lived
Japan.
in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I have a different picture in my mind now.
Oh, do you?
Yep, I had a totally different.
She's a BOMB.
I'm sure she was. Those Filipinas.
Lord have
Filipinas are no joke.
Boy.
I love this show. When do we get to come back?
Basically, I'm sober, so I don't
It
even.
is. I told him he should have brought a beer.
Is this uncaffeinated also? Dang.
I know, right?
Oh wow.
Well, no, I do have my
We're just
caffeine.
real. You
I love my
know?
tea.
That's what we like.
Yeah. You know, Derien. Can I ask him, Lisa?
Yes.
You sure?
Yeah, because his dad did it, so now he gets to answer for himself.
His dad?
Yeah, the story he told. Are you doing the quote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should be telling this with a sigh. You're a principal, so I know you know this quote. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So, Derien, Latimer, what is your road less traveled?
You know, working in education for, the last 25 years it's been really good to me and good to my family, and it's been very safe to have a paycheck the first of the month every month for the last 25 years.
And they didn't bounce.
And they didn't bounce.
Praise the Lord for that.
But what we're trying to do with community and connection and conversation with Soulful, it's scary. It's new for me. It's different, and it is. It's a little scary to go and ask people for help and convince people that they need to come and sit down and have a conversation and eat our food but it is definitely something I believe, God has called me to do. It is something that, again, hospitality is something I realized in the last couple of years has been a part of the Latimer family for as long as I can remember. And I have to go down that road, even though I don't know exactly how we're going to get there and don't have all the support we need to pull all of these off. But sometimes you just have to press the submit button, even when I don't know how it's going to happen. Yes. Like I said, I've got wonderful people, Katie and our, Sarah Nix and Chelsea Sadowski is the other folks on the Soulful team. And I've just got a group of servants, and, it's hard to pull those off. But I think what we're trying to accomplish by having people sit down and talk, I just think it's hard to be really angry or hate when you have a conversation with somebody
over a meal.
Yeah, over a meal. And and it's hard work and it's scary, but that's the road less traveled for me right now.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah. If you could BHAG your space going forward, I mean, a big, hairy, audacious goal, you say we remove all barriers. Let's think outside of the barriers that might be there, or the things that could keep it from being there. What would be your dream for the Soulful space?
I think our immediate goal is I want 1,500 people to do this in the next 12 months, to sit down and sit around a table and have a meal and have a conversation. And my hope, I always say, is that through those connections, a business gets started or a partnership comes, or, two musicians get together and write a song because they sat down at a table and had a meal together. But that ultimately Colorado Springs becomes a better city. Colorado Springs has been very good to me.
Me too.
And I want to give back in that way. I'd love to do this full time and devote all of my time to bringing people together to eat and talk.
Yes.
I just think it's so powerful.
It is powerful.
We've gotten such good feedback on them, and sometimes I don't know how the magic happens, but it happens. We did one Friday night, and I'm like, the magic happened. And
were you a part of that on Friday night?
Yeah.
Friday night in Denver, we did one at the Village Co-working Space. It was incredible, incredible.
Yeah.
I just to piggyback on that, I've worked in the industry, fine dining, for a while, and what you notice on wine dinners and things like that, people come in, they're quiet, timid, they don't want to share, and then as the drinks pour, then they get louder, more rambunctious, and open, and become more themselves. Yeah. And what I experienced Friday night, it's kind of like putting it under a microscope. Something deep and spiritual happened. So it's this crescendo of something happening, people getting louder and more invigorating in their conversation, but it wasn't like complete debauchery. It was like this focus, intentional, like leaning in and listening, sitting and listening. And I don't know that those kinds of conversations happen without a meal.
Yeah.
Love that.
Not over the phone. It doesn't happen in Zoom.
Right.
Yeah.
And I hope it never does.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what we need.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Stephen Covey, his latest book right before he died was called Living Life in Crescendo. Living Life in Crescendo. Man, it is just such an amazing read. If you're a reader, to pick that up. You reminded me of that when you said that that's what was happening. And you could feel it building, right?
Palatable.
Yeah.
That's cool.
How powerful is that?
Yeah. We're witnessing it, so we're gonna keep building, and I think we've got something that our community needs. So we'd love to see all of you out on July 12th, and we'll keep plugging along.
Yeah.
Exciting.
And Lisa and I help plug that as
for
well.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd
as
be
we
great.
continue to go. Yeah.
And also, besides the link for the tickets, if you have a flyer, put that in comments as well.
Okay.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
let us have it because we want to get the message
Yes,
out.
push it
We
out.
really
Absolutely.
do. We had so
Yeah.
much fun at that place, man, and not because we were recognized.
No,
Didn't
no.
hurt.
Yeah.
And thank you to you all for supporting. One of the, what people don't know, we always recognize champions in our community
Yes.
each time we do a Soulful, and so it was a pleasure to have the both of you.
Yeah.
It's just a small way for us to say thank you for what you all are doing.
Thank you.
Just the name of this, like the Be Encouraged podcast. Soulful, we have conversations and it doesn't seem like a big deal, but we're as a society, we're not good at it.
No.
And encouraging seems like such a simple thing, but we're really not that good at it.
No.
So thank you for, stepping out and supporting people like us and just being a voice for something positive. And we could talk about it. It's just not out there. There's yelling, there's negativity. And so thank you for letting us recognize you that night.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you.
The rebellion, right, Lisa?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, we're going to par down here.
Yes, we do.
Why don't you ask them
Oh,
questions?
okay, we're doing that. All right, Katie, we're starting with you.
Okay.
So, as you know, our mission is to infuse hope and encouragement to the world.
Yes.
So, we want to give you a moment to do just that. I want you to look at that camera and encourage the world, and then let them know how to reach you.
Yes. So my encouragement to you is to sit down, slow down, share good food, and share good time with people that you love. You can find me at baon_supper_club. That's BAON SUPPRCLUB. Instagram, Facebook. You can find all of my events happening there. And if you see me in the town, stop me, say hi, we'll chat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're next.
I think I would say to you, we all have an important story to tell, and you never know how your story can impact someone. So I would just encourage you to take a risk, be a little vulnerable, open up, because you never know how your words could impact someone in a powerful way. So take a risk, share. You can reach me at we're latskitchen.com. We're Soulful COS on Instagram or Facebook. And again, we'd love to see you out on July 12th. So again, those are tickets will go on sale later this week. latskitchen.com/soulful, SOULFULL.
Awesome.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Indeed. Yeah, let's shout out a couple of people right quick, Lisa, before we end.
Yes.
I can feel the food kicking in.
Yes, he's ready for his nap.
That's right.
So our sponsors, Westco Insurance. Miss Karen Butcher loves helping people save and get the best service ever. So please contact her through our website at beencouraged.net. And Planet Duct. Brandon Kirk and his team offer astronomical air duct cleaning service with the most powerful vacuum trucks in Colorado.
Stronger than the vacuum of space. Yes, they are. Ha, we got that down, man.
Yeah, we did.
Hey, listen, I wanted to throw this out as well before we read the end of this. My friend Ron Young just had a kidney transplant. If you're a prayer, pray for him. His first kidney rejected, so he had to go back in. Thankfully, someone donated a second kidney to him. He had a kidney transplant last Wednesday. He's home right now already. That's a miracle.
Yes.
So just pray that this kidney would function like it was the one he was born with, right? And God would just use this as a testimony to his goodness and mercy in life. So, Ron, we love you. Listen, guys, visit us at beencouraged.net to become a sponsor and get your business name out to our growing audience. Our platinum sponsor has seen an aggressive 900% growth in just 7 months. Like and follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn to join us on our journey to extend hope and encouragement and help people realize their potential through networking, collaboration, and community involvement. And remember, if you want to join us internationally, just go to Instagram. Go to our website and select International via Instagram, and you can join us live from anywhere in the world. We're the Be Encouraged Show with Frank.
And Lisa.
The magnificent Lisa Sennett. Yes, and we are so thankful that we get to speak to incredible human beings like Katie Fisco, Derien, and Latimer here today. Thank you guys so much for sharing
Thank you.
your hearts with us.
Thank you.